Today we discuss Gencon in September with face masks. 2 weeks ago, UK Game Expo happened. There is no official data about the attendance, or at least I haven't found it. So if you found it, please put it in the comments below so we all can see that. But we of course saw the photos, we saw the tweets, we saw the Instagram stories from the attendees. You can see some of them here next to me. And as you can see, the halls rather empty, the booth rather empty. It looks like there was not a lot of people at UK Game Expo, the second biggest European convention, the first after the COVID catastrophe convention in Europe, and it looked quite depressing. And it started me wondering and worrying about upcoming Gencon and Essen. So let's look at the data we have. The first data, Gencon 2019, 70,000 attendees and all badges sold out. So we never know how many people would be able to come if the badges were available in a bigger number. But there was this attendance cap, 70,000 people. This year, the attendance cap was lowered by half to 35,000 people, and there is no news and no announcement about these badges sold out. So at least we know that there is less than 35,000 people attending this Gencon compared to 70,000 2 years ago. The other data that we have is how many events are planned for Gencon, and you can see the number here, 6,593 events planned for this Gencon, and how many of them are sold out. I have the data how many of them are not sold out, and this number is 3,368. So more than half of the events are not sold out, are still open for you to come and play and enjoy and have fun. So this looks depressing. So we saw the photos from UK Game Expo. We see these dreadful numbers for Gencon, and then last week Gencon did something very reasonable, something that I personally support and respect, and I'm full for it, being safe at the convention. So they introduced the new policy for the convention, and this policy says that you, attendees of the convention, will have to mask wearing at Gencon will be required at all times while indoors or in crowded outdoors areas for all Gencon attendees, exhibitors, event organizers and staff. So even if you have been vaccinated, even if you are safe, you still will have to wear this mask that we all hate after the whole year living with them. And now the question is, how many of you thinking about this amazing Gencon, amazing event, playing games, hanging out with friends, and having this on your face for 8 or 10 hours straight, how many of you will say, I will wait 1 more year? We don't know the numbers, we don't know how many people decided to cancel the budgets, we don't know what will happen, but I am of course worried. So what do these numbers mean for the publisher that is going to attend Gencon or in the future to Essen? So before I talk about what this means for Essen, what this means for Gencon, a short break for the story, because I saw the comments that guys, you like some stories from Portal Games history, from all these different anecdotes, etc, etc. So we moved to the 2000 something, I don't know, many years ago. Here in Poland we have Polcon, the biggest Polish convention, and to celebrate the friendship between Poland and Czech Republic, this Polcon was held in the city called Cieszyn, and this city has, part of the city is in Poland, part of the city is in Czech. So this convention, this Polcon took place in both parts of the city. In the Polish side of the convention, there was writers, movies, influencers, celebrities, the main part of the convention. But in the Czech side of the city and in the Czech side of the convention, there was a games room and exhibitors for board games and all these things dedicated to gaming and games. And as you can imagine, I was interested in the second part. So Portal Games was exhibitor at Polcon in Cieszyn, and we were in the Czech part of the city. And what happened? There were two things that happened. One thing, that most of the events took part in the main part, in Polish side, so most of the attendees was there. And the other part, a very unlucky thing, that weekend, super heavy, insanely heavy rain was over the Cieszyn. So if you were at the Polish side, to go to the gaming side, these few streets, few blocks away, you would be wet as a mouse. So nobody is coming. So for the 4 days of this convention, we were sitting in the empty exhibitor hall with no one visiting, For the first few hours we were concerned, then we were confused, and then what we started doing, we took games from the games room, and at the booth we were just playing Tichu and other games, and for all this time we were just playing games, selling no single product, promoting no games, and to be honest, Sunday morning we decided to just escape from the convention. We just packed the whole booth and we escaped, and nobody noticed, nobody was angry at us, nobody took part in this games room even whatsoever. So my experience with being at convention without attendees, that sucks. It's boring, it's depressing, it's confusing, it's very, very bad. I was there back then. Let's go back to the Essen and Gencon. Let's go. So back to the topic, why publisher needs a successful and big convention? Well, first of all, convention is a huge cost for the publisher. Cost of the booth, very, very high, especially at Gencon. Convention of the whole accommodation, so hotel, food, all these additional costs. Logistics, you have to bring the product to the booth, the furniture, the roll-ups, banners. There's a ton of dollars spent on every single convention. We invest that money because we want something back. What we want back? A publisher hopes for the sales of the product at convention. Publisher hopes for the reviewers to come by to the booth and test the new games and see what's happening. Publisher hopes for the hype. So if you buy many copies of the particular game that is released at convention, then you will play it at the hotels, you will play it at home, and you will say that you already played it, it's amazing, and you will start the hype for the game. And what is more, many reviewers, many vloggers, many podcasters do this amazing, awesome top 10 most anticipated games of Gencon. Top 10 games I'm looking forward to test at Essen. Top 10 games that you have to buy at the Gencon. If there is no reviewers, if there is no fans, if there is no big community at the convention, all these things will not happen. So the publisher will spend all this money and have no reviews, no hype, no sales. It sucks. What will happen at Gencon? Will there's a mask regulation turn many of you out from the Gencon? Will many of us reconsider coming to Gencon? Are these numbers really that low, and the fact that the badges are not sold out is something that is really, really bad? Was Asmodee right announcing that this year they are not coming to Gencon and Essen? They knew that people will be afraid of coming to conventions yet. What will happen? We don't know. For sure, we as the publishers are concerned. As I said, this is a huge operation to bring product to the site. This huge operation to have volunteers, to have staff members at the booth. This whole of this cost of attending at the convention, booths, accommodation, travels, logistics, all of that. And then will we be sitting at the empty halls? Will we see? I don't know. I'm looking forward for your feedback. So let me know in the comments, were you at the Gencon in the previous years, and are you coming this year? What's happening? Let me know. That was 96th episode of Portal Games Vlog, the experiment, a reminder for everyone. I promise you to have one video every single day for 100 days. And what I ask you for is to give me a feedback and to share the news about the thing. So once again, these three pillars, I create the content, I try to come up with the interesting topics, interesting videos, and I put all my best to create a great video. And then I ask you to give me feedback. Was it interesting? Is it interesting direction for the growing this channel? It is something that you think that all people should watch because it is interesting. And then after the feedback part is the share part. If you think this video was interesting, if you think this video was worth watching, please share it with your friends. Please share it on Facebook. Please share it on Board Game Geek. Please tell your friends that we are doing something like that. I create, you give feedback, and you share. Thank you for that, and see you tomorrow.